All right, so good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. This is the monthly ward meeting that I host every third Thursday of the month. It is my honor and pleasure to bring it to you, but I bring the subject matter experts, the people in our city that run our city and make us where we are today. So we're going to go ahead and start with our Public Works Department Director Jinx. Come on up, everybody. Oh, by the way, my name is Kimberly James, City Council in Ward 1. Come on, Mr. Jinx.
Thank you, Kimberly James, for having us. Bobby Jinks, Public Works Director. Mark your calendars. We have some stuff coming up next couple of weeks. Next week will be holiday schedule. So sanitation will be one day off. So they'll be not picking up on Monday, so they'll be one day behind. And then on January the 6th, we'll be having our quarterly clean sweep at 3:30 Forest Parkway like we have the past couple of times. And that's going to be an all-day event. Flyers are on the website and posted. If you have any information, feel free to call Public Works. We also have 2 trucks dedicated to getting all the leaves out of the gutters and out of the streets. So if you have leaves in your gutter, just be patient. We are running 2 crews 5 days a week. And we're keeping the parks clean, bus stops cleaned up. And if you have any issues, feel free to give me a call at sanitation and I'll be able to address any issues you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Jinx. Okay, we're gonna go. All right, wonderful. We're gonna go to our Economic Development Department. We have our Director Abraham in the building with us. Come on up, sir.
Thank you, Ms. James. And if Councilmember James seems particularly giddy tonight, because we talked to some real good business prospects today for the city that will be very important. Bring some good jobs, and so we see a lot of good prospects down at Gillum from folks all around Atlanta or in there and beyond, looking to locate at Gillum, and it's such a great place. We should have 10 million square feet when the project's finished, and about 5,000 or 6,000, 7,000 jobs down there. So it's been a real gift for this community to work in there. We are staying busy. We just had a business breakfast December 30, where we probably, I think it's 50 people, small businesses who visited with us in this room, and we shared with them some, what's going on in Forest Park. We're making business visits to large and small businesses to talk to them and see some things that we can help them with here in Forest Park. We're talking about some security things, particularly down at Gillum. We're working on some security things to add some cameras into a system down there, so there's greater security down there. Speaking of Gillum, we're planning a celebration. The URA just paid off their $30 million debt to the Army and turned over the last deed of the Army property. So the URA the city owns all the Army property now, free and clear. And quite an accomplishment. From what we hear, this is the best project of the 92 base closings that occurred in the United States. And so it's something very much for this community to be proud of. I asked one of the Army folks one time what was special about this project, and he said you had the 3 things that most important to us. You had the combination of community, government, and business all working together on this project. So it's been a great project. And to that effect, we're going to have a celebration in April that we can look for to celebrate this, because it's a very great thing for Forest Park. Just to let you know, Blue Star Studios is a big thing we did. Blue Star is going to have $180 million investment here in about 1 million square feet, and they will attract movie productions. And they are finished their first building, and they are actively talking to prospects. As you know, the writer strike was going on, so there was no activity going on, but they're actually actively talking to folks, and you'll probably be seeing some lights and cameras action going on down there soon. So it's been a great project for us. Finally, let me say something. I really appreciate this community. I've got a lot of friends here. This reminds me of the church that I grew up in. And my priest used to tell us there's three things that are important: faith, fellowship, and food. And we seem to have a lot of those same characteristics here. The things that the city does. This is a great community. There's a lot of good folks here. Got a lot of good friends here. And so just the Economic Development Department appreciate you very much, particularly Ms. James, who gives us guidance and inspiration. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Abraham. Appreciate you, sir. Okay, I want to acknowledge our fire chief we have on the line with us, but we do have an educator in the building with us from the fire department that's going to bring us update. Educator Goldman.
Thank you, Councilwoman James.
I think I hit them, but
Thank you, Councilwoman James. This evening, I'd like to report for the fire department. We've been very busy with community engagements. This past month, we've done LEPC, which is basically emergency planning committee for the community with Kroger, and we did a evacuation drill. We have completed fire extinguisher training for 2 different shifts at Treehouse Foods. But the things I'm most proud of this month, we had our first ever Christmas toy drive this year, and we were successful in collecting new unwrapped gifts for the children, and we were successful in distributing. We were able to help Santa. Santa collected letters at our holiday or Christmas extravaganza, and because of the toy drive, we were able to gift children of their specific request this year. So that was really rewarding, and I look forward to the next one. We also did Shop with a Firefighter, which was the first annual, and we were able to again go out to outside contributors that gave us funding to allow us to shop last evening at Walmart with 6 selected children. I'd like to share a letter why this program was so important, and really is going to spearhead me to want to do more in the community in the coming year. The letter I'd like to share, we'll keep the name anonymously, but hello, my name is, I'm 16-year-old who lives in Ellenwood, Georgia, and I know this is a long shot considering Forest Park has bigger concerns, but I am reaching out to any people of service that I know could possibly put a smile on my siblings' face this holiday. I come from a poverty-stricken family due to my father's abuse and how much he put my mom in debt, and our entire life. I have 4 siblings who adore EMS due to the fact that you guys save our lives many times. Whether it had been the times where Clayton County Police found my mom on the street after my dad beat her and threw her out the car, they came and saved my 8-year-old brother while he was kidnapped by my dad. The time my siblings and I were scared, he was going to murder us, and EMS should check on us and him, and many other times. Clayton County Police and Fire have done so much to ensure the safety of my mom and my siblings my entire life, And it breaks my heart knowing that I can't do much to help spread the love back. My mom can't afford to get half of my siblings Christmas gifts. So this year I was asking a long shot, and guess, at seeing if I can make, any God-given chance, you guys, um, reaching out, I would write a letter, um, for my mom and my siblings saying, to keep their heads up and have emotional support through the struggles to pay the bills at this time. I really wish I could take my siblings to the fire station to look at the fire trucks and say hi to the people who do the best to save our lives. But I can't. In our time of need, I can't drive or have a job because I devote 99% of my time taking care of my 3-year-old sister while my mom works 3 jobs. Again, I'm sorry if I'm being a bother and you guys don't have the time to write a letter or anything, but I also wanted to take the time to thank you all for helping the community. You may not realize it, but you gave me hope that my life wasn't going to end at the age of 13. Thank you so much for everything you all do. And I'd appreciate it if there's any way you guys could help lighten the mood this holiday for a single mother and her 5 kids. Wow. So this letter got to Chief Clemens, and Chief Clemens immediately contacted me. This was one of the children that we were able to gift, shot with a firefighter last night. The tears of joy that was expressed, and this young lady, well beyond her years of age, wonderful, very grateful and gracious, and this is why I do the job that I do, giving back to the community, making a difference. So in the coming months, I will go to the council again, and what I'd like to do is try to establish a non-for-profit organization where we would not have to commingle the public funds, but any donations going to this 501c3 we could use in the community to help in not only Christmas or shop with the Santa Claus, but we could help those in need within our community. So I would like, at this time to keep that on mind for Christmas, so we can work this coming year towards bettering our community. 2 things that we have coming up for upcoming events in January. I'll be continuing fire extinguisher training, Fort Gillum Enclave, and I will again be out at Treehouse Foods for their first shift on the 9th of January. Thank you very much for your time, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry.
I think you can.
Yes, so very good question. So I wanted to, I should explain a little bit further. Some of the gifts that we got from our toy drive, I made up a big box of gifts to take, and all of the children received gifts. So I apologize for not explaining that. As well, one of the contributors to our event this year is a local business that offered computers. So we gave computers to children in the schools, 3 children from each school, and they were identified by the educators at school of worthiness of being able to get the computers. I had an extra computer. The young lady did not know that she was getting one, but I was able to gift her with a laptop, a gently used laptop computer. So again, these things come to us that really I wasn't expecting, but the child needed it. Just 1 month ago, her 4-year-old sibling actually spilled a liquid on her laptop. She's a homeschooled student and she lost the ability to do her schoolwork. By the grace of God and our gifting, now she's able to do her schoolwork again. So, a great story, and I needed to share it with you. Good
Thank
question.
you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
appreciate you, sir. Okay, we're gonna acknowledge our police chief, I believe is on the line, but we do have a representative from the police department with us, Major Jones. Come on up, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays to you. I'd like to start off by sharing our crime statistics with you all. Actually, we're down since the last time I was here, a couple of weeks ago, and crime continues to decrease. So we're happy about that. With that being said, we still are having issues with internet autos, and that's throughout the county. So keep that in mind when you all go shopping. Don't forget to leave all your valuables out of sight, because a lot of times these are crimes of opportunity. Also, when you get all those good gifts and presents, make sure you break down your boxes and stick them deep down into the trash bin so that people can't see what you got. We've had 4 new hires since the last time I was here. We hired a major to our team. He's over field operations. We also hired a communications manager. She's going to be helping us advance our communications department. And we also hired 2 animal control officers, and all of them started, with the exception of the major who started last couple of weeks ago. The other 3 started like Monday. So we happen to have those people on board to help advance us in our mission. On yesterday, as well as today, police department is doing shot with a cop. So when I leave here, I'm going over to Amble Road and help out with shot with a cop. So we started yesterday, and we also doing some today. Let me see what else we have. Oh, we did purchase. Are you all familiar with the new electronic bicycle we have? Okay, yeah, great. Oh, that's right, they were at the parade. So in addition to the bicycles, we also purchased 2 new ATVs that's going to help us out with our patrolling in areas like the park, Amber Road, some of that wooded area. So we're excited about that. We've already completed some training. The officers can't wait to get on them. So I'm even going to take some training. So when I have to go to the park, I'll have to walk around, be on the ATV. Let me see what else we got going. That's pretty much it. We just completed some renovations at the department. Put some new flooring in, some new tiles, and they completed it yesterday. And it makes the place, if you haven't had a chance, stop by, see how it looks totally different. And that's pretty much all I got. We're just kind of looking forward to 2024. I've been here 6-7 months. It's been fun. And I'm just looking forward to the next year. The blue lights.
What are they for? Love it.
Oh, the blue lights on the vehicle. Oh, yeah, it's just to let the citizens see that we're out. It's just
Visible.
exactly. Thank you, ma'am. Help me out. Yeah, it just lets everybody know that we're out, we're active, and we're out there. A lot of times the police can be there and you may not even know it, but when you put those lights on, that attracts people's attention. And so they look, it makes you slow down, it makes you kind of like we call get a look, get right. So that's what the lights do.
Before we take questions, because we're gonna get through all the directors and then we're gonna go back to questions. Thank you so much, Major Jones. We're going to go online now. We have our code enforcement department, Director Walker, online with us, sir. Can you give us some updates? And we will take questions at the end, everyone. You're muted, Mr. Walker.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Like Councilwoman James said, I am Director Walker. with the Code Enforcement Department. Some of my updates are my officers have been really enforcing the ordinance in the residential areas concerning trash containers at curbside. A lot of people are leaving them out there after the day of pickup. We're asking that please remove them by 8 o'clock at night on the day of pickup. Also, we're enforcing vehicles parked on the side of the street. We consider that obstruction of the right of way. You all pay for certain services like the cleaning of the streets, trash pickup. When you park on the side of the road, that really prohibits those services to get done. We're also in the areas of, in the commercial areas, we're definitely always enforcing inoperable vehicles parked in the large commercial parking spaces. So we're always enforcing that. We're pushing forward with the beautification committee. We're going to have a meet and greet for the members on January the 8th at 5:30 at the community development building. We're looking to have those members sworn in on the second meeting in January. The beautification plan is well underway. We have started the demolishing dilapidated structures. So we're doing a great job in that area. Also, to let you know, the environmental court will be moving to the courtroom in the police department on Cash Memorial. So those are a lot of our updates for the Code Enforcement Department. And I want to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue on. We have our Planning and Community Development Director, Director Gardner.
Good afternoon. I'm LaShawn Gardner, as Councilwoman James mentioned, and I'll just go over a few things in our department. So this year we were able to actually do about 6 text amendments to the zoning code just to clean up some language and bring some clarification in other sections. The City Council approved the 2023 Comprehensive Plan update, which will allow the city to continue to make progress on projects outlined in that document. And also that plan will be available for viewing by the public on the city's website at the Planning and Community Development Department. And we'll also have a copy available at City Hall for people who are interested in viewing that plan. We had a new hire that began as our permit tech this Monday, which was December 18th. And she has over 15 years of experience in this field, and her name is Bridget Jackson Barney. So we welcomed her with open arms to our department, and so far she's hit the ground running, and she's actually coming up with some ideas and some things that we can utilize and incorporate in the department in areas where we're where it's needed. We're still looking to hire a planner 1, and beginning in January, the Planning Commission meetings will be held at City Hall on the 3rd Thursdays of each month at 6 o'clock. And that's all I have, Ms. Councilwoman James.
Thank you. So we're going to turn back internally. We have our IT department. We have our Director Cox in the building with us, and then we'll go to our HR department. We have Deputy Director Lewis in the building with us.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to give a couple of updates. As an IT department, we work to support all the other departments that are here tonight, who in turn serve you. So a lot of the work we do is for our internal staff. But I did want to share a couple of cool things that we've been working on here recently. One of them is we are outfitting all the patrol vehicles for the police officers with new in-car computers. So we're currently imaging and rolling those out over the next couple of weeks. I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail of it for security reasons, but we have added a lot of security layers to our environment as well in an effort to better protect our data and our citizens' security. And then over the last 2 years or so, we've been building up our internal staff at the city. So our IT department consists of myself and then 3 technical engineers who support the entire city. And as of this morning, we actually hit a record low for our number of open service requests. And so that's a trend we monitor of how many tickets we basically get from the city employees that we need to resolve issues of. And so that has been trending down over the last 2 years. And as of this morning, it's at the lowest it's ever been. And a lot of that is due to the enhancements and upgrades we've done to our environment over the last 2 years to reduce the number of issues. So that's a trend we're working on and like to see continue. And that's all I have for IT.
Thank you. So we have Deputy Director Lewis, and we are open for business, as Director Lewis would say.
Good evening, everyone. The City of Forest Park is hiring. We have some wonderful positions open. I'm gonna read a listing of them. We're looking for a senior center coordinator. The Public Works Department is looking for a maintenance worker part-time. The Police Department still has a few positions open for police officers. The Public Works Department is also hiring for a mechanic, a trade specialist, a street foreman, a fleet foreman, and also a heavy equipment operator. And the heavy equipment operator, you do have to have your CDLs. The fire department is looking for firefighter EMTs and firefighter paramedics. If you're interested in applying for any of these positions, it's really simple. You just go onto our website, which is www.forestparkga.gov. You click on departments, you choose human resources, and you click on job opportunities. And if you see something you're interested in, you just click apply now. And I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director Lewis. Okay, I want to acknowledge a couple of people we have in the building before I bring up our wonderful city manager. We have our state representative State Representative Burnough in the room, and I'll give her an opportunity to speak in just a moment. And we did have, and our school board member, Ms. Williams, Victoria Williams, that's my friend, longtime friend. Acknowledge her as well. I believe we also have our mayor on the line with us, so we want to acknowledge our mayor as well. And with that said, Mr. Clark, come on up. This is our city manager. I believe I got all the departments. I didn't miss anybody. Come on up, Mr. Clark. Give us an update.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. The city manager of Forest Park is tired today. I don't think this break could have came at a better time, but I caught myself just sitting there reflecting on all of the things that we've been able to accomplish with the amazing staff that we have here in the city of Forest Park, the amazing governing body that we have sharing vision. When I look back at what it was like 8 months ago when I stepped into that office, I must say it's better today than it was that day. You know, I think that's something we can all be excited for. You know, I didn't know that I ever get tired, but I think today, like I am tired. You know, there are truly some amazing things going on in this community. One of the highlights I'd like to speak about is the home program. And that is the program that was commissioned by our governing body. It is $1.3 million that the governing body has appropriated for home improvements. Right now, for first eligibility is 62 and over. If you follow us on social media, you will see that we are doing a countdown to Christmas. It's the 5 days of Christmas. I think we were all going crazy. I forgot that the 5th day of Christmas would have been yesterday, but just parting us. But please look at that social media post and your emails, because that is where we will release and unveil this home program on Christmas Day as a gift from our governing body members to this community. With that program, we are looking to allow our residents the opportunity to improve their homes. So essentially, you can get upwards of $10,000 if you qualify based upon eligibility with income levels in households, but we're not stopping there. We have no restrictions on age for this program, but one of the things that we want to ensure that we take care of first is our legacy residents. Here in the city of Forest Park, I do not allow our employees or our department heads to call seniors, because I don't believe that's what they are. They are sassy And they are our legacy residents because their legacy is what will catapult us for success as we get to that age. So again, look out for that program as we look to unveil it next week. There is a slight delay in that application process only because what we learned was we wanted to ensure that when our seniors go onto the platform to complete the application, that it was simplistic. You know, there are a lot of requirements from the federal government that we have to track so that Ms. James doesn't have to pay this federal money back. And so we just wanted to make certain that we are using a robust system that is simplistic to use. It allows us to do data gathering as well as any analytical reports that we need. It allows us to do it and it's at arm's reach. So that portal will be done by the end of next week, I am sure. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact City Hall at whatever that City Hall number is. The other thing that I would like to share with you is that about 3 months ago, through the Office of Economic Development here in the city of Forest Park, we released RFPs on 9 properties that were owned or operated by entities within the city. We're happy to report that out of a short listing, the developers, we have a lot of development that is coming to Main Street. We are excited about it once and for all because I believe if you live growing up on the South Side, for all that don't know, I'm from Griffin, Georgia. When we wanted quality of life, we had to drive to Atlanta. Well, I don't want to deal with Atlanta traffic. And we don't want our residents to have to deal with Atlanta traffic. So we want to bring those same amenities right here to the city of Forest Park so that our residents can purchase golf carts and simply ride up the street without having to pollute the ozone any more than it already is, especially with all of these planes going across. And so we're excited about that. We'll be taking the final projects to the respective boards for approvals and contracts in January. The other thing I would like to mention to you, I'm not sure if Ms. James already has, but we are moving forward with renovations to Star Park. And so I know through individuals that I know that have lived in Forest Park, Star Park has been a discussion for many decades about the renovations that were to happen there. It was before any of the governing body members that are currently here in office were even elected. I spoke with someone that went to high school at Forest Park, and they say the park looks exactly the same as it did when they were in high school, and they're 45 now. You know, so we're excited about that project moving forward. But what we've done through the executive offices is gone in and did a value engineering process to try to get the cost down so that it's something that we know we can afford. You know, I want a Bentley in life, but if I can't afford it, I'll drive a Honda for the rest of my life. You know, and so we want to make certain that we're doing things that we can afford. In addition to that, we're also excited that we are in the final stages of planning the new Forest Park City Center. And that facility will be right there on Forest Parkway. And so for any city service or department that you want, with the exception of Public Works, because they have the nicest facility in Forest Park, you'll be able to come to one building to do it. You'll no longer have to go to multiple city buildings to interact with your city government. You'll be able to do it in one building. And the beauty of it is, we also talked about renovations at the senior center. I am happy to report, thanks to Ms. James and our council members, I am happy to report that our new senior citizen facility will also be housed in that brand new state-of-the-art facility. You know, when our governing body talks about work that they want to do in this community, they never leave out our legacy residents. So essentially, our legacy residents will be able to come in to a computer lab. They'll have their own facilities, as well as if they want to take a dip in the water, they'll be able to go right downstairs, take a dip. And then the beauty of it is they can come from their dip in the water and go meet with their Ward 1 council person, Councilwoman Dr. Kimberly James. Again, we're just excited for the work that is ahead of us. I can share with you that you have employees that genuinely care about the well-being of our community, as well as ensuring that in your interactions with us, there is ease and transparency, because that's all we will stand for. We'll never accept mediocrity as something that we do, because we believe we are a high-performing organization. Again, it's my honor and pleasure to serve all of you at the helm as city manager of this great city with north of 20,000 residents. If I don't see you, well, I know I won't see you because I am going to Miss Williams' house to get some food, and then I'm going to retire. Happy holidays to you, a Merry Christmas to you, and a Happy New Year. Please be safe.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Mayor Butler, I see you online. Are you able to say a couple words before we bring up State Representative? Oh, that's just the audible. Oh, okay, well, she ain't on that. I'm talking about you, Mayor. Okay, come on, State Representative Rhonda Burnough. Let's give her a hand.
Good evening. I am State Representative Rhonda Burnough, District 77. I represent the city of Forest Park, unincorporated College Park, and unincorporated Riverdale, and the city of Riverdale. So with all this news that the city manager gave, you all live in a great city, and you have a lot to be thankful for. And also we also live in a wonderful county. Sometimes we don't think that we do, but if we look around and you go someplace else, you'll know how good you have it. And we really do have it good here in Clayton County. We recently were in a special session for redistricting. Nothing happened to the lines in Clayton County. Well, I should say, well, except up by Lovejoy, we would get an extra, there's a possibility we'll get an extra state representative up by the Lovejoy area. And then one other change is that we might get another senator. We don't know yet. Those maps are in the hands of the judge. And if he doesn't approve them, then that means that he will draw, but he'll have a special master draw the lines for us. I'm not sure how much you know about that, but they were sued, the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated sued the state of Georgia, and they wanted to have 5 additional Democratic seats. And so that was in the House, that's in the Senate and the House, and then we also redid the congressional maps. So yesterday they went to court and gave their oral arguments, and so we're just waiting to hear from the judge. And so we feel that the judge will let us know by next week, because those will be the maps that we have to run on. And so, but in terms of the current representatives that you have, they will all still represent Clayton County in the House and in the Senate. We go back in session the second Monday in January, and I'm inviting you to come down at any time while we're in session. We're in session 40 days, not 40 consecutive days, but 40 days normally, Monday through Thursday. And so if you'd like to come down and sit in a gallery, I would certainly welcome you to do that. And we can take a picture on the steps, and you can tour the Capitol building, because that building belongs to you. And you need for them to see your face and to know that you are a concerned citizen just like everybody else is. And so if there's a time that the seniors want to come down to the Capitol, or the residents of Forest Park want to come, you know, we can make that happen, and then invite you, and then you sit in the gallery, and we can recognize you from the well, so that everybody will know, and then you'll be a part of Georgia history because if you're recognized from the well. So I'll come back right before we get ready to go into session to let you know what will be the main topics. But of course, this is a presidential year, so I want to make sure everybody's registered, make sure everybody in the family is registered, and to vote, because this is going to be a fast session for us, because we're all running for office. So we're not going to be down there long. They're going to move us out pretty quickly. And we know that there are 2 primaries that are coming up for us to vote for. One for the president, and then one for the general primary for those individuals that represent you in Clayton County. So, and if there's anything that you need, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, State Representative. Okay, we're gonna bring up our school board member, Ms. Victoria Williams.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Victoria Williams. I represent District 4, where there's always more. And like my city manager said, I am tired also. Even though school been out for almost a week, I haven't rested yet. But that's good because I love my city. I love what I do. I love helping people. Some of y'all know. So if y'all need anything, let me know. And right now we're working on the Forest Park Middle School as we speak. I just drove by it today. And about 2 weeks ago, we did the groundbreaking for the Convocation Center at the South Lake Mall, so we can have our graduations. And it will seat 8,000 people. And we will have some concerts, bring some money to the South Side, so we can, live nice, like you said, like Atlanta. We don't like all that traffic. We want to keep them out. They'll come visit, use their money, and leave them in Atlanta. But if y'all have any questions, anything about the school, let me know. And make sure y'all, any kids y'all see, make sure they're reading. When they're not playing games, they need to be reading. Our literacy is very low. We need the kids to read at all times. There's no breaks in life. They don't have no break during Christmas, no break during summer. They need to be reading. Anytime they're in the car, back seat, throw a book back there. Let them read. That's the word of the day, read. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close out the portion of the recording. I just want to make sure anyone have any questions for Ms. Gardner of the Planning Commission or Mr. Jones from zoning before we close out. Any questions for those two? Otherwise, Mr. Clark, he can answer for everybody anyway. So I want to go ahead and officially thank you all for joining me for the ward meeting. This is the last one of 2023. And we look forward to 2024 every third Thursday of the month at 5 o'clock here at 696 Main Street. And we also have it online virtually. So good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next month.